In 1901, off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, a group of sponge divers, taking shelter from a violent storm, stumbled upon an unbelievable sight. Resting on the seabed, 50 meters below, was the wreck of a massive ancient Roman cargo ship. From the wreck, magnificent bronze and marble statues, jewelry, and other treasures were brought to the surface. It was a major historical discovery. But amongst the treasures and debris, an object was found that would fundamentally challenge our entire understanding of the past, of history itself. At the time, no one yet realized its significance. Today, we delve into the mystery of the most out-of-place artifact in history, the king of all OOPArts, the Antikythera Mechanism. A grim shadow hung over this discovery. During the initial excavation, one of the divers died from the bends, and 2 others were left permanently paralyzed. Much like the curse of Tutankhamun, this became feared as the curse of the Antikythera wreck. The site was deemed so dangerous that no major investigation of the shipwreck was conducted for over 70 years. It was the famous oceanographer Jacques Cousteau who finally dared to challenge the mystery again. His expedition brought new artifacts to the surface, once again drawing the world's attention to this ancient enigma. What secrets was this ship truly hiding? Among the artifacts recovered was a strange, calcified lump, a mass of corroded bronze crusted with green about the size of a modern laptop. Initially, it was dismissed as part of a statue base or some other insignificant object left forgotten in a corner of the National Archaeological Museum in Athens. But a year after its discovery, as the lump dried and cracked, something incredible was revealed inside. A precise, intricate gear wheel. This was a fragment of a complex machine from an era long before clocks had even been invented. It was utterly out of place. Scientists were baffled. What on earth was this thing? The discovery was so far beyond the accepted knowledge of the time that, incredibly, it would be largely forgotten again for another 50 years. In the 1970s, scientists finally turned their attention back to this mysterious object. Using the latest X-ray and gamma-ray technology, they began to probe its internal structure. And what they saw sent shockwaves through the worlds of history and science. Inside this corroded lump were at least 30 intricately interlocking gears assembled with the precision of a fine clock. This was no simple machine. It was a highly sophisticated analog computer built by the ancient Greeks over 2,000 years ago. The level of technology displayed was so advanced that it completely rewrote the history of ancient science overnight. So, what exactly was this ancient computer calculating? The answer? The cosmos. By turning a dial on the front, the internal gears would move in concert to show the positions of the sun, the moon, and the 5 planets known at the time with astonishing accuracy. The dials on the back were even more complex. They could predict when solar and lunar eclipses would occur and even track the 4-year cycle of the ancient Olympic Games. The technology to replicate such complex celestial movements with gears alone would not reappear in history until the invention of astronomical clocks in 14th century Europe. This single device was 1,500 years ahead of Leonardo da Vinci. Who could have possibly created such a phenomenal device? Unfortunately, the creator's name is not recorded. However, there are several compelling theories. One candidate is the greatest genius of antiquity, Archimedes. Ancient texts record that he constructed a mechanical sphere that showed the movements of the celestial bodies. The ship sank just a few decades after Archimedes' death. It's entirely possible that he or a student from his workshop created it. Another candidate is the astronomer Posidonius, who worked on the island of Rhodes. The Roman statesman Cicero wrote about a machine he built, and his description closely matches the Antikythera Mechanism. Significantly, the shipwreck is believed to have been en route from Rhodes to Rome. Regardless of who it was, there is no doubt that the person who built this was a forgotten super genius of history. Why did such advanced technology disappear from history with only this single example found? This mystery has fueled people's imagination, giving rise to some radical theories. One is the ancient astronaut theory. This suggests that extraterrestrial beings visited ancient humanity and bestowed this incredible technology upon them. The mechanism in this view is either an artifact left behind by aliens or was built under their guidance. Another theory posits the existence of a lost, super-ancient civilization like Atlantis. This idea holds that a civilization with technology far surpassing our own once existed, and the mechanism is one of its last remnants. When that civilization was destroyed for some reason, its technology was lost with it. Of course, these theories are not taken seriously by mainstream historians. But the profound mystery of the device is what drives people to create such epic narratives. So, what is a more realistic explanation? Perhaps many such devices were actually created, but most of them may have been lost in later wars and fires. For example, with the burning of the Great Library of Alexandria, the treasure trove of ancient world's knowledge, records of many scientific technologies may have been lost forever. Or perhaps the manufacturing technique for this machine was a closely guarded secret, passed down within a very small number of workshops. And when the last artisan with that knowledge died, the technology died with them. Either way, the existence of this mechanism shows that what we call progress is not always a straight line. Sometimes history takes a great leap backward. Today, scientists are using the latest CT scanning and 3D modeling technologies to reconstruct the complete form of this device. Its internal structure was even more complex and elegant than we could have ever imagined. The Antikythera Mechanism is not just a single artifact. It is a time capsule that shakes our view of history. The people of the ancient world may have possessed far more advanced knowledge and technology than we ever thought possible. And how many more astonishing secrets that we don't yet know of lie sleeping in the darkness of history? After hearing this story, what do you think? Please let us know your opinion in the comments. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Let's uncover more crazy hidden sides of history in the next video.